Hello and welcome. This is Inspired Guidance Live on Facebook. Well, Inspired Guidance is always live, but now I'm live. We're live on Facebook. So welcome. Today's Facebook Live is about the current energy, what's going on globally, what's going on with you personally. We have changing of seasons this week. We have the equinox tomorrow. We had a new moon a couple days ago, which is about setting new intentions, new beginnings. And so we had such a big, summer here in the northern hemisphere, winter for you in the southern hemisphere, but June, July, and August were very big months of spiritual growth, of metaphysical growth, emotional growth, and a lot of the shifts and changes from June, July, August are just starting to take hold now in September. And so you might not be seeing the physical manifestation of all of the shifts, but you're definitely feeling it internally. So there's a lot going on internally June, July, and August, and now it's the integration of it. And a lot of us are receiving more insights, more downloads, stronger connections, stronger intuitive, psychic, divine connections, stronger connections with your guides and angels. So embrace that. This is a beautiful month. Every month is a beautiful month for tuning into your intuition, tuning into divine energy, tuning into your guides and angels. But it's especially powerful right now as we change seasons and as we integrate what was happening in June, July, and August. And so welcome to everyone joining. And so you may have heard me talk about this before over the summer or in the most recent updates, but it's important to touch on it again because it is big. What is happening right now is big. And if you remember back to what was going on in your life in 2012, fall, winter 2012. So again, I'm going to go northern, southern hemisphere because I know that we have people tuning in from all different places. But if you look back at what was happening, October, November, December of 2012, there were a lot of shifts and changes, a lot of things being shaken up, relationships, jobs, careers, and it was to get us started moving to another level, a deeper level, more in line with living our truth, living a life that was truer to us, truer to who you are. And that was just the start of it in the end of 2012. And what was happening this June, July, and August was this acceleration, this expansion, this sense that it is really time. Like September now, it is really time. It is really time to tune in to the truth of who you are, to what you are being called to do in this world, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your life, to be a leader in your own life, to be in the driver's seat, so to speak. And so we're having a lot of experiences, insight, information, emotions, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, a lot of things that were going on in June, July, and August to get us to this point, which is about awakening and awareness and acceleration and expansion and ascension and enlightenment and all of those wonderful things. And it's not that the journey stops after this point. It's not like we have all our ahas and we're done and it's like, okay, I've figured it all out now. There's still going to be more to figure out because we keep living, we keep going, we keep having new experiences, and we keep attracting new experiences into our lives. Yet, June, July, and August were a huge period of growth that we're only now starting to tune into, tap into, and see some of the, in some cases, the physical manifestations, but many more ahas and insights and awarenesses that are coming to us this month. So that being said, this week, like I said, we had a new moon a couple days ago, which is triggering a lot of stuff, which I'm going to talk about. And we have the change of seasons, which is an opportunity to shift into balance, to find equilibrium, balance. I talked about finding peace within, no matter what is going on around us. It doesn't mean that we ignore what's going on in the world. It doesn't mean that we stop being an activist or a philanthropist or being involved in the things that we're passionate about. It doesn't mean that we stop stop taking the actions that we are called to help the world, to make the world an even better place. What it means is that the peace starts with us. The peace starts within. And actually, I think today might even be the International Day of Peace, which is very cool. It would be lovely if every day was an International Day of Peace, but that's a whole nother topic. So the peace within and extending that outwards. And I give the example too, when you're trying to help someone or you're trying to help in a situation that it's much more challenging to help others out of a ditch when you're in the ditch yourself. So to be positive, to be high vibration, to find that peace within, to be able to then help lift others up, to be able to help elevate and lift others up. So, changing of seasons, we have the equinox tomorrow moving into fall in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. And normally we think of fall and winter as more dormant, or fall the harvest and then winter the dormant season. But actually what's going on now, and this is going on globally, is that the seeds that we are planting now, the shifts that we had June, July, and August, we're starting to become more aware of now. We're starting to integrate them. We're starting to translate them into what these shifts mean for us, because it means in many, many cases a new way of being in our lives, a new way of being in our families, our communities, our workplaces, a new way of being in the world. And we're only starting to scratch the surface of that. We're only starting to get a sense of that. And so there's going to be more and more transitions as we go into October, November, December, and also now planting the seeds for what is going to be blooming in October, November, December, and 2018. So again, normally we think of, well, fall is harvest and then winter is dormant, but there's going to be so much happening in January, February, and March. It's going to amaze you. Like if you look back, if we were talking 6 months from now, and you look back at where you were June, July, August of 2017, and where you are in March, April, May of 2018, for many of you, for many of us, it's going to be a completely different place. And this is a different place emotionally, spiritually, a different way of being again, and even for many people, a different physical place. So it might be a different home, a different city, a different country, a different job or career, or again, truly stepping into your purpose and what you're called here for. Now, one of the things that has come up recently, this week, with the new moon, with the changing of seasons, with the energy, with the integration of all this stuff, is triggering. So just notice how you're being triggered in certain situations, maybe by something you're reading, hearing, seeing, something you see on social media, or something somebody says or does at work. Notice how you're being triggered. And this is not, this is not a negative thing. This is actually an opportunity to see what it is that is triggering us or bothering us, and then look at, okay, is it time to release this? Is it time to just let this go? I'll give you an example. I saw something yesterday, and all of a sudden I was feeling jealous. And I'm like, what is this about? Why am I feeling jealous about this? And these are really, for me, they're icky feelings, right? It's jealousy or resentment. And so I had to tune into, okay, well, what's this really about, right? Is it about the person? Is it about the situation? And also, like, to notice that this is an old thought, belief, habit, feeling. It was something old. And going, okay, if I'm going to step out of ego on this, if I'm going to step out of ego and personality and tune in, how does it feel? And it just feels like love. It feels like love for the other person. It feels like love for the situation. It feels like love all around. And there's no jealousy, there's no resentment. And also, for me, it was an opportunity to say, okay, you know what? It's time to let this go. Like, just let this go. This is years old stuff that just came up to be released, to be transmuted. So notice this week, especially, if you notice something that makes you angry, makes you jealous, makes you resentful, makes you really, really irritated, just go, okay, you know, maybe, perhaps, it's just time to let go of this. Like, I don't need this anymore. This isn't who I am at my core, right? I'm a loving, joyful, caring, peaceful person, and it's not what I need going forward, right? I don't need that going forward. And if we look at it from the big picture, right, it's something in ego or personality, which we all need our egos and personalities because we're in human bodies living on this planet, but we don't necessarily need to hang on to all that stuff. So notice it within yourself, and also notice if your family members, your loved ones, friends, colleagues, because it's not just you and me, right? Everyone is being affected by the same energy. Everyone is being influenced by the same energy. It's just a matter of our awareness around it and how we react to it, which is why I so appreciate you joining me for this today, because it means that you have the awareness. It means that you are you're receiving the insights. You're being called to be on here or watch the replay, and you're receiving the insights. So not everyone might understand what's going on energetically in the world right now, but you do. You get it. And so if other people around you, again, your family or your colleagues or somebody on social media that you're interacting with is having this really strong reaction and being triggered, or you feel anger coming towards you or jealousy, just know that we're all connected. We're all experiencing this, and they might not yet have the same awareness or insight as to how to process it, deal with it, handle it, or that, hey, it's time to just let this go. It's time to release this because I'm moving on to bigger and better. I'm moving into a greater awareness and greater expansion of the world, of the universe, and most importantly of myself and how I am in this world, how I'm being in this world, how I'm living in this world, and this whole thing about, being a spirit in a physical body or a spirit having a human experience. That's what it's about, right? So notice this week triggers, notice other people's triggers, and as much as you can, especially before, tomorrow's the equinox, but we have the energy all around it. Let go of those things that you just don't need anymore. And that can be emotions, beliefs, thoughts, sometimes even relationships or physical items that it's just time to gift them or donate them or pass them along to someone so they can be appreciated and valued in a new way. So if you have any questions, I'm going to see if I can switch screens here, see if there's any questions. I know we had a couple questions that were sent in beforehand. And so let me just see if I can pull those up too. Thank you for your patience. Fran was asking about, okay, are you behind because the energies and roller coaster? No, you're not behind. So Fran, no, you're not behind. You're experiencing exactly what your soul, your spirit is desiring to be experiencing right now for its growth. And what I'm getting for you specifically, and this is not a judgment or criticism, and I'm hearing this is true for a lot of people, roller coaster is about resistance. So for you, I'm hearing, what are you resisting releasing, or what are you resisting welcoming into your life? So this can be a new thought, a new belief, a new behavior, a new habit, even a new person or new people. I just see this whole I'm seeing this whole lineup for you of a new tribe that wants to connect with you. And they're just like, they're lined up and they're waiting for you to open the door. And that might be to physically open the door, but it's also to open the door to your heart, to allow them in. Know that you are safe. Know that you are protected. Know that these are beautiful beings that want to connect with you. And these are physical beings. You also have your etheric beings. But these are physical beings that want to come into your life, that want to connect with you. And it's about a new tribe. It's new friendships. It's meeting people that are spiritually and metaphysically on a spiritual and metaphysical journey and path. People that are into, say, crystals or angel cards and oracle cards or Reiki and healing modalities. And it's part of you coming into new awareness and new awakening and deeper and greater depth and purpose and joy in your life, and also more love, giving and receiving more love. I'm seeing for you there's opportunities to allow and receive more love in, and then in turn you'll be able to share that with others, right? With those close to you, with those in your community, with those in your world. And so for you, the roller coaster I'm hearing is about a bit of resistance, letting go of the things that just don't serve you anymore. They could be just thoughts, ideas, people that aren't aligned with where you are now and where you're going in the future. And this doesn't have to be what I'm hearing for you and for many people, and myself included, because I happen to be a Taurus that resists change, even though I have a whole etheric team that I connect with, even though I do this work, even as I work with clients and get messages and groups and receive messages, even as I teach intuitive and psychic development, I sometimes release change. Like, there we go, release change. I sometimes resist change and letting go of the old to allow in the new. So for everyone out there, I'm hearing, take a breath right now and just breathe in peace, calm, and tranquility. Breathe in joy, breathe in abundance, breathe in creativity, breathe in prosperity, and let go of anything you don't want to hang on to. And I'm even hearing for some, and so Fran, this is still for you, but we're also talking now to anybody that is watching this live, anybody that's watching the replay, that in some cases it's even about letting go of old memories that just don't serve us anymore, because they pop up, we remember them, and we feel hurt, we feel sad, we feel frustrated, we feel disappointed, and that's not who we are now. That's not where we are now, and that's not where we're going in the future, right? So this can be physical objects, can be thoughts or beliefs, but I'm hearing specifically right now, any memories around hurt, pain, disappointment, or disillusionment, that it's time to just let those go, because they are not who you are now. Yes, that relationship, experience, situation helped get you to where you are today. I bet if you looked at it, there are lessons in there, there's learning, there's growth, there's expansion. So hang on to the growth, right? Because you don't undo the growth. If you wake up, you don't go back to sleep again. Spiritually, metaphysically, right? But you don't need to hang on to all the physical, emotional remnants of those or the memories associated with them. So take the lessons, take the growth, embrace that, and the stuff that's painful and sad and just makes you feel bad about yourself or life or the world or relationships or people, just let it go, because you don't need it. And so I'm just hearing for anybody that wants to let anything go right now, whether it is known or unknown, conscious or subconscious, we're just going to let that go. And I'm seeing this huge, if you're familiar with crystals, love crystals. Oh my goodness, I have so many crystals here. But selenite especially. Do I have a piece of it right here? No. And that's why I was going to bring a selenite wand in. So selenite It's a beautiful crystal that does not absorb any negativity, and it adds positivity, and it will clear negative energy from you or a room or a space. Great to have in your office, or if you're in a family environment that is stressful and challenging, have a little piece of selenite. So right now we're just going to call in the energy of selenite. We're going to call in the energy of a selenite wand, a selenite crystal, and just clear and release anything that you don't want to hang on to right now. From memories to your energetic field to your auric body, we'll just release that. All right, and so it is. So, okay, so back to Fran, the roller coaster. Yes, so releasing any resistance to releasing anything from the past that's not aligned with you, and also releasing any resistance to bringing in the new, because there's a whole new tribe that wants to connect with you, and it's safe, you're protected, they're very loving. Open your heart to receive them in, and you're going to see them coming. Once you do that, once you say, okay, I'm opening my heart, I am ready, it's going to be so fast. It's going to be, I'm hearing even the next 5 to 10 days, you could be meeting new people that are coming into your life, and it's not going to take a huge effort on your part. It's simply about allowing. So let me just see what other questions came in, either questions that you have now or questions that came in before. And I saw there's a question from Wendy. Hello, Wendy. So being in the flow. There's a question about being in the flow. I have one screen that's being very slow here. It was a question about being in the flow. And what I am hearing for you is, for you, it's about taking the time. There might also be something about releasing, right? Releasing resistance or releasing. But more importantly, it's taking, I'm hearing, especially when you don't think you have the time, is when it's most important. So 15 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of getting outside, 15 minutes of playing with the cats and the kittens and the animals, 15 minutes of taking a time out from your brain, from life, from responsibilities, from duty, from caring for other people and caring for animals. But 15 minutes to recenter, to rebalance. It brings in joy, it brings in creativity, it brings in harmony, oh my gosh, it brings in new opportunities. And so for you right now, I see you physically going, go, and mentally going. When you're physically doing one thing, you're already mentally thinking about the next thing or the last thing, or like, what should I, like, there's just, I'm seeing a lot of mental activity and also the physical activity. And so for you, even on your busiest days or in your busiest moments, 15 minutes. 15 minutes to meditate, or 15 minutes, even if you can't take a walk on a trail or a park, 15 minutes to go sit outside and breathe, talk to a tree, touch a tree, just stand there, allow the sunlight or the moonlight to come in, or 15 minutes to dance. I'm seeing like you having like a mini dance party, and even if this is a dance party with your cats and your animals, like you putting on some fun music that you really enjoy, headphones if you need to, and dance. But those things, that 15 minutes a day of whatever it is that you choose, where you're not online, you're not on technology, you're not on your smartphone or your laptop, you're not interacting with other people, and you're not in your head, is going to help so much for you to regain your balance, your inner peace, and be in the flow. So I hope that is helpful. And please let me know as well, either if you are watching live now or if you are watching the replay later, if if what's coming through resonates for you, if it's helpful, if it makes sense, and even if you're not Fran or Wendy, if this is resonating and it's helpful and it makes sense, please let me know, because feedback is important. It's very valuable. So thank you. Okay. So, Ian, am I on the right track with my promotional material? I know you know what I'm talking about. And yes, Ian, yes, you are on track. You are on track. And you have, so Ian, you guys are going to have to, we'll have Ian put up a link to his promotional materials when they are ready, when they are live. So Ian, come back to this and put a link in there. Yes, they are. They are valuable. They are what people are wanting and needing. Even if they don't know 100% that they're what they're wanting and needing, they are going to resonate with people. I'm still very strongly getting dates of September 24th to 31st to get these materials out, whether they're emails or Facebook ads, connecting with people, especially September 24th, 25th. Those are really strong. I'm feeling really strongly that they're going to be people online on those days that want and need what you are offering. So yes, go for it. And I feel like we've talked about this before, because I feel like we've talked about it for both of us, right? Not having to need things be perfect before they go out into the world, before we're sending them out, before we're posting them, before we're doing the video, before we're sending the email, that it's not about the perfection, that when it goes out as is and as you are intending, it is perfect for someone. It is perfect, well, for more than one person, right? That it is perfect as it is, because the people that want it, need it, desire it, that have a soul spirit calling for it, are going to resonate with it, are going to click on it, are going to find you. So yes, you're on track. Yes, you're ready. Yes, it is almost ready. And I'm seeing you first posting it on the 24th and setting the intention that the people that most need, value, appreciate, and resonate with it are the ones that find it. So, and I'm seeing angel cheerleaders for you. Your etheric team is cheering you on and supporting you, and going to be helping you connect with the people that you need to be helping, or you need to be helping them to help themselves, and that need to be finding you. So, do we have any more questions? Hello, Petaluma. Hello, Roxanne and Petaluma. I love Petaluma. I love all the nature around there. It's so beautiful. And Tomales Bay, it's so, so beautiful. And hello to Ireland, and hello to the UK and Canada. And this is so cool. I lived in Ireland, I lived in England, I lived in Germany, I lived in Mexico for a little while. Now I'm in Northern California. I love Northern California, but I love traveling, and I love being in different places and experiencing different cultures and food and meeting people. So it's so awesome with technology to have a global community. Any other questions about the current energy? I'm hearing tools, tips, and techniques, and I'm just going to see if I can reload the other page to see if there were any other questions that came in. Okay, Teresa, I'm not going to be able to log in. Oh, new tires. Yay, happy new tires and happy vehicle and happy transportation. Any guidance? Yeah, so Teresa, the biggest thing I'm hearing for you, and again, know that these messages are for more than just one person. Know that we're all in this energy collectively, and so if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, that the messages are for you as well. But the most important thing I'm hearing for you, Teresa, is self-love. To truly value, appreciate, and love yourself. To know how phenomenally awesome you are, how valuable and how worthy you are, and that there are some things that you've been thinking about, percolating on, some new project ideas, because I'm seeing a lot of creativity And whether it's an entrepreneurial venture or community project, I'm seeing it's time. Like, it's time. And I'm seeing you, something that's been percolating, that you're putting it out there in October. And that perhaps it's something that is running October, November, December. But I'm hearing, get it out there. It's time. And I'm hearing that you know what they're talking about. Because I'm not the one that's supposed to be revealing it. It's for you to share with your tribe and your community and your peeps, so to speak, but that it is time. And so to know, trust, believe how valuable and worthy you are, and how valuable what you have to offer is. How what you have to offer is very valuable. So I'm hearing self-love, value yourself, appreciate yourself, and this thing that's been percolating or that you've been thinking about, to get out in the world. And I'm seeing October is a perfect time, and I'm seeing something that runs October, November, December, and then perhaps there's a new version of it, or reincarnation of it, or a new something that is then created or birthed in January, or expanded upon in January. Extended, you'll know though. My sense is you're going to know what I'm talking about. And yes, happy new tires and happy car. So it's great to have happy transportation. Any other questions about now, about the energy? Just looking to see. Thank you for your patience. Trying to do 2 screens at once here. And channel and download information. Technology and channeling aren't always like, yeah, it's so I'm just hearing somebody's looking for tools, tips, and techniques to navigate the current waters or the current energies. And the ones that, and it might sound repetitive, it might sound cliche, but the things that keep coming up over and over again are prayer, in whatever form and whatever that means to you, right? This doesn't have to be a religious thing. In fact, it's not. It can be a spiritual thing. It can be a shamanic thing. It can be simply thanking Gaia, thanking Mother Earth, thanking the universe, praying to divine or source or universe. It can be whatever you feel called, but I'm hearing prayer and reverence. The second thing I'm hearing is gratitude. So whether that's a daily gratitude journal, or in the evening or morning writing down 3 things you're grateful for, and I'm hearing that writing it down is very, very powerful, even more so than shouting it from a mountaintop. There's something about writing it down that gets it out of your head, out of your heart, and onto paper. Meditating whatever way you feel called to, whether it's a 5-minute meditation or 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be this long, big thing. It can be a silent meditation, or meditation to beautiful music, or a guided meditation. But I'm hearing 5 to 15 minutes of meditation. Even with the changing of seasons, getting out into nature, because that's always valuable. And for someone out there, for more than one person out there, connecting with trees. Trees have so much wisdom. They have beautiful energy. To stand next to a tree, to sit under a tree, to put your hand on a tree. I'm hearing tree wisdom. And there's someone out there that is meant to be working with tree wisdom. You will know if that is you, because you have such a strong connection with them. They have messages for you, and messages for you to receive, interpret, translate, and share with other people. So if you're the tree wisdom person, bless you. The trees are thanking you so much. They are often unappreciated in our world right now. So getting outside, enjoying nature, connecting with nature, and for someone specifically, it's connecting with trees and sharing that energy, those messages and information with other people. And it might even be doing something, if you're feeling called to do something in terms of ceremony over the next week, to tie in with the equinox and change of seasons, to incorporate the trees, the tree appreciation, and tree wisdom. Okay, so we talked about prayer, meditation, connecting with nature, singing and dancing, anything that brings you joy. I've been to 2 concerts recently. They were so much fun. They were happy concerts. Everyone was dancing. The music was fabulous. Everyone was in a good mood. People were hugging each other, and this wasn't some, like, I can see somebody saying, oh, this is a hippie thing. It wasn't a hippie thing. It was awesome. And the joy that everyone was feeling from the music and the dancing, like it carried over to the rest of the evening and the next day. So dancing, singing, any sort of movement, connecting with music brings you joy, because music is a great connector. It's a great connector of people. It's a great connector energetically, and it's a great way for you to connect with inner spirit, inner joy, and also the divine. And I'm not talking about just like Om music or which is beautiful, right? If you have a soundtrack of Oming and you want to chant, that's beautiful as well. But I mean, this can be hip hop or reggae or rock. It can be anything where you just get excited and you just want to dance. And this can be in your living room or your office or outside, or so singing and dancing. The other thing I'm hearing is tuning into your creativity, because we all have that. We all have this creative fire inside of us. And anybody who says, I am not creative, I don't have a creative bone in my body, cancel, clear, delete. We're all born with creativity. It gets suppressed oftentimes at an early age. And I'm hearing, don't go off on a tangent. That's a topic for another time. But just know that we are all born creative. We are all born with creativity and this inner creative fire that wants and needs to be expressed. Even if you are only doing it for yourself, right? Who is the most important person? You. So even if this isn't art or music or singing or dance or poetry or pottery that's getting out into the greater world or community yet, it's important that you are tuning into that, tapping into that, allowing it to flow through you, and allowing you to express yourself. So again, whether it's writing, whether it's poetry, painting, finger painting, sketching, drawing, you get the idea. It's important to tune into that, and especially as we have this energetic shift with the change in seasons. So just notice what you're feeling called to. Even if it's your kids' crayons or pens that you want to pick up and do a swirly drawing, to allow yourself to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to get connection with yourself, connection with source or divine, connection with your etheric team, connection with your inner passion, fire, and creativity, connection with ideas, inspiration, and answers to the things that you've been trying to figure out. Because 95% of the things that we are trying to figure out in our lives cannot be figured out in our heads with data, spreadsheets, or analysis. 95% of what we're trying to figure out can be figured out through our intuition, through our heart wisdom, through our inner knowing, through our connection with our etheric team, and depending on your point of view and beliefs, connection with the universe, source, divine. That is how we get 95% of the brilliant answers, ideas, inspiration, and solutions. So, and I was in the corporate world for 20 years, so I know about spreadsheets and data and analytics and debates and pros and cons and all of this. But the most phenomenal and optimal solutions, 95% of the time, they're saying actually 98, 99% of the time, come through our intuition, our inspiration, our creativity, and our connection. So even if you're like, I'm not a creative person, I don't have art supplies, just grab a pen, grab a notebook or piece of paper, see what comes up. Just pen to paper and see what comes up. because you will get insights, information, and answers to other things in your life, to other situations in your life, to relationships in your life, just by tapping into this inner creativity. So, oh yeah, and enjoy. Enjoy. Even if you're feeling a roller coaster of energy, even if you're not feeling 100% in the flow all the time, even if you're feeling the world events and everything that's going on in the world, right? And of course, lots of love to everyone who is affected in any way, physically or energetically, by the earthquakes, the hurricanes, and everything going on in the world. As much as we can tune into our inner peace and inner joy, even in times of challenge and struggle, everything gets easier. Everything shifts, and we get back into flow. We get back into connection. We get back into the ideas and inspiration. So even if it's doing one thing a day for a minute, for 60 seconds, for 3 minutes, that brings you joy, whether it's a child's laughter, whether it's petting an animal, again, dancing, watching a funny video, watching a clip of your favorite funny movie, like whatever it is, 60 seconds, just to, even if things seem like, just like, I had such a great day yesterday, and now like, what's going on today? Like it just, and you're feeling all out of sorts. I'm hearing 60 seconds. 60 seconds of something that you enjoy and brings you joy will shift it. Will help you shift your hour, your day, your afternoon, and will help you get into allowing and receiving more of that joy, because we all deserve that, and that's what we're here for. We're here for joy. We're here for connection with ourselves, connection with our spirit, connection with our etheric team and source, connection with other people. And I think that's probably where we're going to wrap up today, is with connection. So I am sending you a huge hug, a huge heart hug, and a huge physical hug. Sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you so much. For those of you that tuned in live, thank you so much. I'm just starting to do these, so it means so much to me to have you here now, to be joining in, to be doing this together, because it's all about the energy. And I could be sitting at home talking to myself, but it wouldn't be quite the same, because it's all about the energy, and you bring that energy in as well. So thank you so much for joining in. If you are watching the replay, thank you for joining in. We will do this again. I'm hearing it's going to become a regular thing. That's what I'm being told. It's going to become a regular thing, possibly Wednesdays at 11. Now this is Thursday today, but I'm hearing Wednesdays at 11 Pacific time. So I think that's how we're going to start. Next Wednesday, I think it's the 27th of September. I'll have to double check that. But next Wednesday at 11 a.m., I will be here live. Please join me. Please bring your questions. We'll talk about the energy. We'll just see what comes up as we're going along. And please share if there's something in here that resonated with you, if there was something that you found of value or appreciated, or there's something that you think a friend, loved one, or someone else in this beautiful world and beautiful community would benefit from, please share. That whole sharing is caring thing. Yeah. So sending you lots of love. Thank you for joining in. Wishing you a beautiful rest of your day and beautiful rest of your week. And as messages come through, I'll be popping on Facebook to share them. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and wishing you a beautiful rest of your day.